Today we are going to we are done with variables. We are going to another concept called operations. Operations in Flutter. Um, it seems easy, but if you don't know how to do it in a particular language, you might um, be lost. So yes, let's talk about operations. Um, there are kinds of operations, right? So we have arithmetic operation. This one deals with numbers. We have arithmetic operations that deal with numbers. We also have um, comparison operations. Then we'll talk about logical operations. These are the various operations that you need to know. So the very first and simple ones are the arithmetic operations, but there are some things to it. In most of the cases, I'll just be using, for the numbers, I'll be using variables. So first, let me work with numbers first. So I have int num1, which is number 1, equals to, let me just put 5 inside, and then another number, int num2 equals to 2. So I have number 1 and number 2. So and I want to do operation now. I'll do results, right? Results equals to, so the first thing I will be looking here is addition. It's simple, but then we need to go through all the process by adding two numbers. So the numbers are num1 plus num2. So as we all know, addition is done by the plus sign. And the result, I need to spread the type. So it's going to be int results equals to this. And the addition, wherever you are doing addition, of course, is the plus sign. Now we need to print the result. Print the result of the above operation is, we all know how to use the dollar sign, so I'm using that, and I hope that it makes sense to everybody, because we all know how to use the dollar sign to this and make a meaningful, a meaningful message instead. So what I'm doing is that I'm printing I'm having number 1, which is 5, and then another number variable, which is 2, and in the result I'm doing addition and putting it into this result, and I'm printing the result. Let me run this. I'm running it again. I refresh the whole thing to see if there will be some okay, it has come. I refresh everything and it has come now. So the result of the above operation is 7, because we are adding 5 2. So 5 plus 2 definitely give us 7, and the print is giving us, yes, someone raise their hand. Yes, Priscilla.
So, for the int, this one, data type. In name, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So in naming it, do you need to add a number to the name?
You mean the name of the variable, this one?
Like the name, the label, like num1, num2. Do you need to add like a number to the num?
And that's a label, right?
Do you get what I
I'm
mean?
just trying to say this is my number 1 and this is my number 2. You can
Yeah.
write the full number 1, number 2, but the variable should be different. It cannot be having the same name.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to write the one in
Thanks.
Word too, you can write it in Word.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Is it running? Is it running at your end? Hello, is it running?
Yeah, I've been able to do mine and it's worked.
Okay. Priscilla.
I'm I'm almost done typing. I just got here, so like,
Oh, okay, okay.
uh,
So yeah, so that's the addition. But there are some
mm,
things.
mm,
At this case, you need to be very careful about the data types, right? Here we are adding an integer to an integer. Is the result is going to be an integer.
yeah.
But if any of the numbers that you are
Okay.
working with, if any of the numbers that you are working with is a double, then make sure that the result is a double. If any of the numbers you are working is a double, make sure that the result is a double, because you need to accommodate for all the data types, because double can contain integer but integer cannot contain double. So for example, if I say this one is double 5.8, for example, you see there is an error here. There's an error, something underlined over here, because we are working with a double, and then you are adding a double to an integer. If you are adding a double to an integer, the result of it should be a double, not an integer. That's why you're having an issue here, because whenever there is double, double will take supremacy over the integer. But if you have integer of an integer, then it's simple. Is it clear?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so over here we are supposed to have double. If you have double, the error will go. Then when you run it, we'll have the result printed without any error. 7.8 is printed. So adding a double to an integer, the double took supremacy. So in your result, make sure that the result is of type double because of that reason. But if it's an integer and integer, you don't have any problem. You just proceed with an integer. Yeah, that's how the addition will work. The same thing will apply to the addition, the subtraction. Subtraction will remove the plus and you do minus. So num1 minus num2. Going to run this and we'll see the results here 3.8. So addition and subtraction are doing the same thing. Like keep the supremacy of the double over the integer in mind wherever you are doing that, and then you handle your numbers very well, and that will be sorted. So addition and subtraction will go like that. Now we need to do multiplication now. If we are doing multiplication, for multiplication we use star, the star sign. The star sign is just telling you that this is going to be a multiplication, basically. So yes, so it's the same thing, supremacy of double over integer. That thing always holds. You need to keep that in mind when we are doing arithmetic operations. Um, Supremacy, that's what determines the result or the data type of the final result. So with that in mind, the rest you can change the operation to do whatever you want. So if I run this, I'm going to have my multiplication. I have 11.6. 11.6 as the result. So there's no problem at that side. Any questions so far?
No,
Hello.
please, I'm cool.
Okay. Good. Um. So that's about arithmetic operations. The next one. So we have done multiplication. So we need to definitely do division. For division, you need to be careful, right? For division, you need to be very, very careful. Some of the division mostly gives you decimal values. So if I have an integer, right, and I do 5 here, so these are integer and an integer. So I'll be like, okay, since it's integer and integer, I'll just my result will be an integer. That will give an error because a division, right? Even if you are dividing 5 by 2, though they are individually they are integers. When they do that, the result is going to have a decimal place, and when you run that, there's going to be an error, right? A value of type double, because division is going to introduce a double almost all the time. For that reason, it is safest whenever you are doing division, the result is going to be a double. That's the even though these two are integers, the result is a double because it's a division. But if these two are integers and we are not doing division, we are doing the other types, no problem. We'll just proceed like that. We have proceed like that without any particular um problem or issues to deal with. Is it clear?
Can you please go over it again?
Okay, so I was like, when we are using division, when we are the operation that we are doing is division, the result of division is always a double. Is that one clear?
Yes, please.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying, that even though you are doing integer against integer operation, you need to keep in mind that when it comes to division, the result is a double. But if we were doing when we were doing the addition, the result, you see, there is even an error because right now we should have used integer, a integer, and then with an integer, then you can run because these two are integers, so we are safe. But then if it is about division, let me do int. But if it is about division, even though the two of them are integers, it's still going to reject it because the result of a division most often.
Yes. So I'm trying the what you said about the supremacy of double,
Yes.
and like I wrote like double num1 is equal to a decimal, and then int num2 is equal to 4.
Mm-hmm.
So and then I came down, I was like double result is equal to num1 times num2.
Mm-hmm.
And I came back down and I was like print double. But then they said there's an error.
What do you mean print double?
Oh, wait, it's okay. I've seen it. Wait, wait, I think I've seen it.
Okay. Guys, any concern, any questions so far? Do you understand the tilde thing, how to get the integer part?
Okay, no, sorry. So I did a print result
Did it come?
and it's still error. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
What is the error saying?
Um, they said num1 is already declared in this scope. And then they came back and then they were like previous declaration of no, they said num2 is also already declared in this scope, and I understand.
Why? How many num1 and num2 do you have in your whole code?
Just oh, two of them. Mhm.
You see, I'm just having one.
Mhm. Yeah.
So you declared it already and you are doing it again. It will show an error.
Oh,
So you say them.
okay, Taska.
Yes,
Thank
please.
you.
Do you understand the um whole number parts from the division?
Yeah. If I mean, at some point in time, I wasn't hearing anything, so I thought it was the network. But then I think you were still speaking. But then with regards to the division side, what I heard was that when you are dividing, you need to use the double at the point where you equate the result to the operation. And is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that what? Mm-hmm. Continue.
And for the part with the multiplication, I'm not quite sure I really heard it, but then from what Priscilla said, I think it should as well be a double.
For the multiplication or what?
Yeah, I'm asking for the multiplication.
For the multiplication, it depends on the numbers that we have.
Okay.
That
All
one
right.
works with supremacy, but when it comes to division, it is strictly double as a result.
Okay. So beginning, you could have the numbers being integers, but then when there is when it's time for When it's time for the results part, it's supposed to be a double.
Yes, for division.
And when we say the multiplication, it's you are talking about supremacy. Can you
Yes.
please explain that part a bit for me? Sorry.
Supremacy in terms of, for example, this one times 8, for example, I'm working with integers, right? So there's an integer and integer, so no one is above the other, right?
Yes, please.
Yes, but double, if one of them is double, then the whole result, so I'm working with integer and integer, so the result is just an integer. But if one of them is double, like this one is double, so the double takes supremacy. Right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. All
that's what
right.
I mean.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, sure. Now, so yeah, now let's talk about the remainder of a division. If you are dividing something and you are just interested in the remainder, let's say you divide 7 over 3, for example. Yeah, 7 over 3, for example. Or let me do 7 over 4. If you do 7 over 4, you see that 4 will enter 3. Yes, 4 will enter 7 one time. It will be left with 3, right?
Yes,
That
please.
result 3 is what you are interested in. That result 3, the remainder of the whole division, after the division, the thing that is left, that number that is left is what we call the remainder. And to obtain the remainder of any division, we use the percentage sign between them. So percentage sign between them, and then you'll be able to get the, so you see that it is actually considering the percentage sign, because of the percentage sign is also saying, asking for double, right? It's also asking for double. So if you run this 5 by 2, I think we're supposed to have like 1, so the remainder is 1. So 2 can enter 5 for 2 times, that will give you 4, and the remainder, 4 minus 5 minus 4 will be 1, so the remainder of that is 1. This thing I said was 7. No, the thing I said was 7. So 7 by 4. 7 by 4. The remainder of 7 by 4 should be something like 3. Yeah, so the result is 3. So that's how to get the remainder of a division. Are we good?
Yes, please. Very good.
Okay. Sedem and Prisla, are we good?
Yes, please.
Okay. Sedem, or today.
I think Sedem left.
Oh, okay. Yes, so that's about arithmetic operations. Very important. Understand the essence of the supremacy of the double over the integer, and then understanding that for division, the result is always a double, and that one works for us. I hope that's all we all understood, right?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Good. Now we are going to the comparison operators. Now, if you are comparing something, we are interested in something, you just one thing, and we want to know if this one is better than this. That's all. So if this one is better than this, that's true. So the comparison operations will return, are interested in returning two results, either true or false. That's what they do. So when you are comparing two things, you want to compare if the comparison that you are doing is true or not. For example, um, I'm going to still use these numbers. Oh no, let me create new numbers. Int. Let me refresh this thing. This is giving me some issue I don't like. So let me say int num3. Num3 equals to 6. Int num4 equals to 3, for example. So I want to see that, so results, right? So I'm going to say, I want to compare this. Num3 is greater than num4. This is what I want to say. Num3 is greater than num4. So you can see that 6 is greater than 4. This one is true. Right? Let me print it. Num 3 is greater than num 4. And if I run this, we are going to see that it is true. It is true. Let me how do you call it? Comment out these guys that we are not using them again so that they don't confuse us. Let me run again. So we can see that this is returning true. Num1, num3 is 6 and num2 is 3. So 6 is greater than 3. That's true. So it returns a true. If I do the opposite, less than. So I say num3 is less than num4. That's not true. That will be a false statement. So it returns a false statement. So comparison operator, when you are comparing, they are interested in either true or false. What you are comparing is true or false. So the various values that you can use is you can use greater than, you can use less than, you can use greater than or equal to, you can use less than or equal to. Yes, and then we can use equal to sign, and we can use not equal to sign. So I'll do examples in each case. Not equal to sign. So what I did right now was num3 is less than num4. This particular thing is false. So it's false because num3 is 6 and num4 is number 3. Let me put 5 here. Let me do it again. You see that num3 is 6. 6 is less than 5. That's false statement. That's why it returns false. Are we good with this one?
Yes, please.
Okay. So now let's see if it's greater than or equal to. So first, when we did this one alone, we see that it's greater than, which is returning true. Now greater than or equal to. So you see there's no space between these two signs, no space between them. They are combined together. So this one is read as num3 is greater than or equal to num4. So if you run this, it's going to be true, right? So they can either be, num3 can either be greater or num3 can either be equal. So if I do this one 6, right, and I run it, you will see that yes, it is true because num6 in this case is equal to. So because we are considering it should be greater than or equal to, so in that case it's also true. But if this one goes to 7, then this is going to be false because we can see that num3 is less than, actually less than, because num3 is 6. 6 is not greater or equal to 7. It's not the case, so keep that in mind. So for the other case, right, you do this sign, less than or equal to. So that's the opposite of the previous one. Less than or equal to, then you run this thing, then it will be true because 6 is less than or equal to 6. But if you want strictly to be less than, you remove the equal to. But if you want to compare both, you add it. Yeah. Now, if you want strictly equal to, it should be strictly equal to. Then this we use a double equal to sign. The reason why we are doing double equal to sign because when you are putting something into a variable, we use one equal to sign. This is called assignment. We are assigning this value to this variable, and when we are doing assignment, we use one equal to sign. But if you want to compare if the things are equal, and it's actually equal, we are comparing if they are equal, we use double equal to sign so that we don't confuse it with what the equal to sign is doing when we are doing assignment. Are we fine? So when it comes to programming, we usually use double equal to sign. Guys, are we okay?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So now let's run this thing. I don't think they are equal to sign, strictly equal, so it's going to be false. But if I do 6, 7, and I do 6, 6, 6 here, so you can see num3 is 6, num4 is 6, and they are strictly equal to, so the result is true. But anything aside that is going to be a very false statement. Yeah, it's going to be a false statement. That's about that. But if I want to say num3 is not equal to this thing. If you look at how I do it, you bring the exclamation mark before the equal to sign. The exclamation mark is always going to mean not equal to, not equal to, not the thing. Like you are negating the thing, not equal to. So num3 is not equal to num6. So if I run this, it's going to say true because I have 6 here, I have 4 here, and 6 is not equal to 4. So the result is true. But if I do both the same, 6, and I say num3 is not equal to num4, I'm lying because it's 6 and 6, they are equal. But I'm saying they are not equal to, then the result is going to print false. So and then the result is false as we see it. So this is how to do the not statement. If you are someone from Python, you actually use not. You write the not mostly, but then exclamation mark followed by the equal to sign, then you are fine with the not. Are we good?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Yes, that's about the arithmetic operations, and then we've done the logical operation, comparison operations as well. So these are the two that we've been able to cover. Now I want to make sure that I'm not taking much time and make sure that we deliver within the 30 minutes. 30 minutes of meeting. First, we used to go to 45 and all that, but then I want to make sure we fall back to the original term that we agreed on. Are we all fine?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so I'll take any question, then we move on from there. So we've done two things, arithmetic. So the next one is going to be we are going to be doing the logical operations next time, and after that we'll leave all operations and move on to another concept. So yes, are we good?
Yes, please. You are good.
So no concern, nothing. Can we call it a day?
Yeah, basically. I understand everything.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Priscilla, you also okay?
Yes, please. I think I'm okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. I have a question.
What's the question?
So when I was doing
Priscilla, I can't hear you.
the one with the percent of the and can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I said I was doing the operation with the a percentage one, the one that will give you the remainder.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then when I ran it, I used your format. When I ran it, it told me that you cannot use int with double.
Let me share your screen. Let me see what you're.
Meanwhile, no, I've already like corrected that. No.
Okay.
Yeah, that is what it told me. Before I changed every int to double and then I ran it and before it accepted my. I don't know why that happened.
It shouldn't have happened though.
Uh,
Okay. So yeah, it shouldn't have happened. This that part sometimes is false. So yeah, so there's no other concern, right?